Hello my YouTube friends, back for another ride. Trying to catch a few good days to ride in between all these severe thunderstorms that's been rolling through here lately. I had another rough one last night, but I had some time to get out this morning. I'm going to take a quick little ride through Wolf Creek. It's the name of the place. It's a nice kind of little rural area to ride. It's not too far out of town. A few houses down there. Used to be all dirt, but most of it's paved now that I've seen since I started riding the area again. But it's a nice little ride. Pretty scenic. It's got some couple of good creeks on it, but everything's posted now, so I can't really get in them and ride. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to find a trail or two so we can get down to it and check it out a little bit better. But I sure appreciate, I got a few new subscribers and appreciate all the comments, and I thank all y'all for coming back. I'll see you on the next one. Hello my YouTube friends. I'm going to take a quick little trip down through Wolf Creek. Should be a nice scenic little ride. Last time I was down through here, this was a dirt road, but see, it's already paved now. It's real windy out, so I'm going to be riding slow, but you may still get some wind noise. The way the weather's been lately, you just got to get out and ride in between severe thunderstorms when you can. See what we can find. Let me stop for another quick minute. I got a scratchy throat, so I'm going to go ahead and take me a hause. That way I can talk to you a little while we ride. Tell you, we've had some rough weather rolling through the last week. Tornadoes, and we hadn't had any tornadoes in this immediate area, but Tennessee in general got tore up pretty bad over the last week. Alright, let's spin some wheels. I appreciate the new subscribers that's come on board. Hope that the wind noise won't be too bad. Said I won't know till I get back home and download the video. By then it's already all over. When I try something a little different each time I ride, try to make things better without having to spend any money. Some kinfolk that lived there. We used to go visit when I was a young kid. Nice little pond down there in this little holler. It's like somebody's building a house up there. This is a great little area to build because it's you know, you're not real far off the main highway, but it's still kind of a rural area. Probably only about 20-25 miles from a larger city. firewood out when I was a kid. I remember hauling out loads and loads of firewood out from there. It's been a while since I've been down through here. I'm kind of wanting to see how many new houses have been built myself. This little area is called Wolf Creek. It's Wolf Creek Road. There's a lot of little nice springs down through here. My bike's riding through here back years ago. It used to be more open. You used to be able to get on what we call the power lines, which is where the electrical utility company runs their high voltage lines. It's supposed to be open and not have any fences up, so if you get on it, you can ride for miles and miles. But despite the regulations, some people out here put up fences anyway, so you can't ride on it anymore. To be dirt, so at least they did get it paved for the folks that lived down there. I'm sure they was glad to see it paved. Me, not so much, but I don't live down there. I guess if I lived down there, I'd want it paved also. Well, my school friends used to live there. Sometimes. I'll show you. Still see it. There used to be a hill down here. Everybody wanted to climb in their four-wheel drives or motorcycles, four-wheelers, what have you. This is actually part of the natural gas line that runs through the area. I was telling you in one of my other videos, about it blowing up that time. That's the hill. It's a lot smoother now. It used to be washed out. Everybody wanted to come down here and try climbing it back in the day in their trucks, four-wheel drives and all. There's the creek right there. Got a solid rock bottom. You could drive up it a good ways, but probably don't want to try it on a bike. Back in the day, it used to be a popular parking place when people was out on dates. Back then there wasn't too many people that lived down here, and you could ease down this little road here and turn and drive up that creek. And during the spring and summer, with the trees leafed out, he's pretty well hid. Let's make a quick loop over here, but we'll come back across here in a minute. But yeah, you can turn and just drive up through there, and you get to go up a couple waterfalls, but it wasn't hard to get up them. But it is slick. I don't even honestly know what the name of that little creek or what they call it. This that we're fixing to cross is actually Wolf Creek. Good little place to come down here and let your kids get out and play. It's clean water, cold water. We'll turn back around and go the other way. These roads tie in together back on down in a couple miles anyway, but we'll ride back out it the other way. Man, my friends used to spend a lot of time out here. We'd ride up and down the creeks, just seeing what we could find on our four-wheelers. As shallow as the creeks was, you could pretty well ride several miles until you come up across a tree or something down. I was wanting to show you a little pretty waterfall, but I'm not sure if I can get to it on this. It may be blocked off now. You can ride down that creek right there, but I'm not sure if you can make it all the way down since it's flooded so much. There'll be trees down now, so it's been a long time since I've been down through there. It was a beautiful little waterfall. Yeah, but say they got it gated off. I tell you, people are just greedy nowadays. Used to be a good little swimming hole right now through there. I just hate to see people get so greedy that they have to do stuff like that. And I can understand, you know, if people's down there tearing up and stuff, but I don't remember people ever really messing that place up. Have trails that would leave the road and just cut back over through the woods and connect back to that other road I was on. And all that stuff's blocked off too up there. I had another friend that lived in that house for a little while back in the day and stayed there some nights. Probably rode Wolf Creek almost one end to the other. And it's miles and miles long, but back in we didn't have nothing else to do. We just get out and walk the creek. Still planning on making that ride through Orange City too. We'll go back up this way and loop back on to Wolf Creek, that other road I showed you a while ago. There's several people that live out through here too. Back years ago, the only factor that killed people from building down here was their accessibility to getting power. You know, back 10, 15 years ago, they wanted $30,000 to run you a power line out here. Sometime over the years, they just run a main truck line down through here. So it's a whole lot cheaper now to get connected. Falcon comet falcon. I think that's probably a comet. And a whole lot changed up through here. If we keep going on this road, that's carried us on into Orange City. I said that's the way we'll go next time. Make a trip through Orange City. Said back in the day, it used to be a rough place to be. It's not so much so anymore, but back in the 70s, 80s, it's pretty tough. There used to be like a lot of iron ore mining that went over back in the 1800s, 1880s, 1890s. So many good places. It used to be good places to ride. It's got blocked off. You just pretty much just confined to road riding down here anymore. The 450RL still ain't had a bit of trouble. The chain's still due to be tightened, like I showed you in one of the other videos. I still ain't tightened it up yet, but I'll have to get that done in the next day or two. It's noisy. Cows hanging around the gate. It must be getting close to their feeding time. There's a whole lot of just open pasture land out through here. Huge lake out in the middle of one of these pastures that you're not allowed in, but it's a nice lake. Remember growing up, we got permission a few times to fish in it. And I remember people saying there's some huge catfish in it. Might have to stand up for a minute, get some blood flow back to the old legs. Pretty much just like slow cruiser riding myself, except on this type of bike. I like to see all the sights. I'm in no hurry to get anywhere. Little intersection right here is really just that while ago. I sure wish I could have showed you that little waterfall. On up here, there used to be another road that you could drive, and it went right along the creek bank, and had some beautiful scenery on it, but those stingy people that owned that property blocked it off. So it really wasn't a county road, it was just a road that people used. And look at that creek down there, I mean, it's solid rock bottom. It's not deep enough to canoe, or there may be a few holes on it deeper enough for fish. It's definitely a good place to go down there and cool off, though. You see, about every tree down here has got no trespassing signs on it. I'd love to hop off on there on the bike. Some mayapple. That right there is that one road I was telling you about. I wish I could find out who owned it so I could get permission. I can't block it totally off because some of the gas pipeline runs through there, and it's an access road to it too. And then it's on private land, they just keep it blocked off where you can't ride it no more. Trees starting to green out. I'm glad to see that. This old house there, it's been there as long as I can remember. It's always had that chain link fence around it. I'm going to turn back on this road here. This is here, it's the main highway at about another mile and a half up through there. This in here keep us on back roads for about another mile or so. I ain't been out through here in a while either. It used to be one man that owned pretty much all this land that we've rode through here. He passed away, and after he passed away, I don't know who ended up with it all. I've never seen any of it for sale. It's always just got passed down from generation to generation, I guess. That house up pretty nice. Used to have a friend that lived there and stayed there many a nights. That's where the guy that used to own all that land lived at. That house right there we just passed. Right up here, we're back on the main highway, so I'm going to go ahead and cut you off just to keep the wind noise down. I'll take you with me on some more highway rides in between these places once I get this wind noise stuff figured out. I'll catch you later.